Hello everyone, we're going to get started in just a minute. I'm actually going to be leveling up real quick before I get started here. I want to be level 13 because I'd like to start getting my way into Evening Star. I need to be level 13 to run that chain. Which, man, we should do something about that. But nonetheless, 'tis a thing. Go for jump, go for UM'd. Displacement. D-door. So many options. Or go for the D-door. D-door. Alright, drop in group, send me another tell.
She is searching for heroes. Heroes able and willing to face an unknown foe in the ancient ruins of Giant Hold.
Cool. Hello, Druid's Fire, Darkhaven Brave, and everybody else here. Welcome to Friday afternoon here on twitch.tv/DDO stream, youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live, and facebook.com/DDO Unlimited. Pro tip: if the level gating for the quest needs to be refreshed after you form a group. It's just an old thing that's been that way forever. But we should be able to get in now. Cool. I have one space left, and you can send it to Kobold Killa. Koboldkilla. A fine, gimpy Warlock Artificer. Pew pew pew! Max pew build. How is your Friday? Hope everyone's doing good. We've got a 30% Guild Renown bonus going live right now. Also, if you didn't buy it last time because you're like, well, I ain't gonna pay that, the Traveler's Trunk is in Summer Sales Week 5. 75% off. So, you may want to check it out, as I cannot imagine it getting any lower price than that. Being a shill, but I'm just telling you the truth. Spitting words of wisdom. If you are interested in purchasing one of those things, now may be the time to do it. Just saying. Oh, nice, Bruce. Bloodplate armor in the auction house for 4,000 plat. That is awesome. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Otherwise, I'm really just focusing all on a certain thing that's happening on the Lord of the Rings Online side. We're set to release Mordor on Monday. You know, that's actually a good point. Thimble, and let me just kind of help out our e-commerce department briefly. Thimble says, the Traveler's Trunk is a great deal if you buy Sovereign XP elixirs. The 5 Sovereign XP elixirs you get from the Traveler's Trunk on sale at 75% off are less expensive than just buying a 5-pack of Sovereign elixirs. So, you get that, plus everything else for less than the cost of just that thing. So, yeah, you should really go for it. Also, 5 Mysterious Remnants boost, the Bigby's Guiding Hand, limited Traveler's Outfit, it's pretty sweet. Omnispell Stones, Dust, Slayer count boost, even 100 Astral Shards, 75% off. I know I'm being a shill, but at some point it goes to enough of a discount that I'm just trying to help people out. And this might be one of those. So. Plus, we don't put those on sale even very often, much less at 50% off, so. Or 75% off. So. Oh, I know these poor Warlock nerfs. My level 13 Gimpy Warlock is just doing fine in a level 17 quest. Oh, but yeah, we totally nerfed Warlock. I'm full of crazy beans today. Yes, what can I say? I've got a big weekend in store. A sad weekend, but you know, it's been fun. My son goes back to his mother's this weekend and starts kindergarten next week. So I'm doing a big long drive this weekend. And just in case you think that means you can troll on the forums, no. I'm on the road. I can moderate from my cellular telephone. And I will be checking the forums. Yeah. But, you know, it's been a fun summer. We had a blast, so, you know, that's always good. And right now is Grandpa Snook, my dad, is in town too, so while I'm working today, he's got someone to hang out with. No, I do not mod and drive, but, you know, when you're driving as much as I'm going to be driving this weekend, you will be stopping. And I've got nothing better to do. Besides, I know the reality of the world. People like to think they control on weekends. It's rarely actually true, though. You know, I'm always looking at the forums on weekends. It's one of the first things I do on Saturday mornings and everything. So anyone who's just like, yeah, weekend, I can... It's like, no? What makes you think you can? Get away with it for a few hours, man. That's about it. So anyway, the reason I'm wanting to get into Evening Star is on this character I would really enjoy running the new quests, even though I'm a little bit under level. If you took the level, though, while in the group, you... Oh yeah, you're fine. You're already right next to me. So there you go. It's true, at this point I've got a Spidey sense. I sense someone trolling! No, I'm kidding. But I check this stuff, because I like to read it. I know, I'm weird like that. I actually read the forums for fun. Still. After all these years. But particularly on weekends where I know people think I'm not going to be around. Sometimes you just gotta... No. Someone could toss me a heal. I'd appreciate it. Oop. It just never ceases to amaze me. It's like, you know, I've been on the forums since 2006. Everyone surely knows that I'm reading on weekends, right? I mean, you guys know, because I've been doing it for 11 years now. But yet there's still that one person who wakes up on Saturday or Friday night, gets trashed, or whatever, and it's like, yes, I'm gonna get away with trolling all weekend long. And it's like, no?
The novice who accompanied Noman lies on the ground in the hallway ahead.
But nonetheless, there you go. Hope you're digging the new adventure pack. You know, one of the... You know, it's sad that my son's going back home this weekend, but one minor thing is it does give me a little more free time in the evening to do things like public events to, frankly, play some DDO. Things like that, so that should be alright. One of the things I'm actually working to do here is create an event for probably next month,
As the path leads
being
down,
August,
it begins to
at some
roll
point.
like a dark
I've been,
and
you
sinister
saw me,
cloud.
I guess it was, what, a month ago now or whatever, that I did put the DPS test kobold on Live Worlds, and so I'm planning to do that kind of reality television show style on all the servers. I think I'm going to probably wait till after Gen Con, which is, goes through August 20th, just because I don't want to get started and then have to take a week-long break on it. And I gotta... So expected probably sometime after August 20th, I'm going to be doing kind of a in-game event, which should be pretty fun, I think. Hopefully. I haven't exactly figured out what I'm going to call the event, but I am tentatively thinking about calling it something like the DPS test, which would stand for damage per server. And the idea would be that, I'm going to put out a call saying, hey, are you among the top DPS players on your server, or at least you think you might be? Let me know. I'll take a top 10, like I said, kind of reality television show style on the server. We'll have preliminary rounds and pick a winner for the server based on a DPS test and the kobold. And then I'm going to do that through all the servers, and then the finalists from every server will compete to see who is the DPS king. Now, it needs to be understood that this needs to be taken with a grain of salt, in that you're not really doing the top damage. You're doing it under a real specific set of circumstances, using the DPS test kobold, so it favors some builds over another and all that. It's just for fun. It's not really trying to determine, say, the most damage. But it's kind of a play on words. Damage per server test, So that's kind of my rough thinking on it. I don't know if I'm actually going to go with that nomenclature, only because I am a little concerned that some people may misinterpret it and get a little cranky and squirrely about it, because this is just supposed to be for fun. A little silly, actually. If you know me, of course it's going to be a little silly. And I want to have some kind of reality television style sort of shenanigans and funny stuff involved. So... I am also top DPS, deaths per second in my server. Yep. 790 says, 2 ideas with all the talk about merging servers and such on the forums. How about a fresh start server that would be new ship sales and all that goes with it? Secondly, a never died cosmetic you would lose once you died. Something like a halo or wings. I remember at one point, because of the... interest in permadeath, we had investigated that sort of idea of, could we create a title or some sort of way to mark once you died. But unfortunately the answer was, there's some weird technical challenges involved in it, and we were never really able to find a great solution that we also thought people would actually enjoy. So we haven't really gone that route. I don't think you could do a cosmetic, because I don't know if you can force remove a cosmetic on death. I don't think that's possible. Big enough to get a pet rock? Yeah, I should do another round of those soon. I'll put that on my to-do list some Friday here. I'll do another round. Watch DDO cast, ask the devs, heard the no third favored tree yet, what gives a timing. We simply don't have time to get it done right now. Sorry. It's something we will be doing. It's just gonna have to wait until we have time to do it. But we do have some favorite soul class improvements that should be coming prior to that, though, which will hopefully have some good stuff in it. Alright, King Cosmo, I will ping Quartermaster you after the show here and make sure the Traveler's Trunk is in the store. I know that there was an issue yesterday where it was not showing up for a little while, but I thought that had been fixed. So if it's not, I don't know. You're right, it's not showing up. Okay, well, I'll deal with that as soon as I get off the air here. Follow up to the forum thread regarding pre-order incentives for Ravenloft. What was the community feedback we got? Would love to see an exclusive pre-order incentive, like a gold seal-lich hireling. It was about what we expected. We heard from quite a few folks who were like, please, I would like to have a pre-purchase exclusive item. The trick, of course, is the people we heard that from would be the ones who would be most likely to use it, and we wouldn't hear from those who would experience, say, pain points from it. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. We're looking at various options. You know, we kind of learned our lesson with Menace of the Underdark and Shadowfell. With the Onyx Panthers and that, where people were just like, what do I have to do? If I just give you like $1,000 under the table, can I freaking get an Onyx Panther? And we had to be like, no. Because we promised. And we made a legally binding, contractually obligated thing that we cannot sell them. And so I don't know that we want to go down that road again. But we could. We could. We might. The problem with an official poll thimble is you're only going to hear from the people who believe strongly one way or the other, and not from the vast majority of people who would actually give an opinion on it after the fact, right? Because if you're one of those folks who are like, well, I wasn't playing because I was out on the army for a year and a half, and now I got back and now I can never get this thing, are you freaking kidding me? You know? You're clearly not going to have those people reflected on your polls and things like that.
Surprised I am not who you thought I was. I should have.
So Favored Soul is going to be improved in multiple smaller updates, correct?
My friend, a nuisance. The ritual is underway, and the silver flame is powerless to stop it. So pray, shall we?
Oh, Traveler's Trunk is visible and new to the DDO store. It is just not coming up under trunk due to search query restrictions. Okay, well, at least it's an answer. Rangerless and the other person who's just like, please can I have a pet rock? Just PM me on the forums. I probably won't be able to get to it until next week, but I'll get you at that rock. Just give me a character name and server. I'll do it. So, look under New to the DDO store, and you should see the Traveler's Trunk. Pet rock Dwayne Shay. I like it. Nice. We're also looking at you know, what I guess some people would probably say, what can we get away with? But I think we would prefer to think of it as what can we do to make the most people happy? And that is, can we have an exclusive, say, pre-purchase item like an Onyx Panther that may be in one of the bundles, but not make it just pre-purchase exclusive, but perhaps do some kind of window, like for the next 6 months, 9 months, if you order this, you will get this item. And that would hopefully catch more people, especially because we're going to be doing a very short pre-purchase window this time. Unlike Menace and Shadowfell, where, for various reasons, we were like, yeah, 6 months early, give us, you know, pre-purchase now. I think we're going to do a much shorter window, a couple of weeks, something like that. And so that in particular does not lend itself toward a exclusive pre-purchase item. But perhaps we could have some kind of launch window item or something like that. It still doesn't fix the issue, you're right, Technical 13. But the idea would be to lessen the impact by having more people able to purchase it. Warlock pass coming soon, they need a buff? Heck no they don't, are you freaking kidding me? Sorry. Warlocks do not need a buff. We definitely need new named Kopishes? Yeah, that sounds cool. So my my allergies have just been nuts this week, so if I'm a little sniffly sneezy, I really do apologize. There's something in the air, man. Can the Bard Spellsinger tree get looked at later on? Perhaps? Yeah, I don't know, Hipporan, about the... My guess about why the fire is orange just before firing, then it turns red in the air, is because it's probably a different particle effect. You know, one is, like, on the character mesh, and the other one is through the air, so... But I don't know quite why... why the color is perhaps a little different. How to get a hold of me? PM Cordovan, C-O-R-D-O-V-A-N, C-O-R-D-O-V-A-N, on the DDO forums, or frankly just send DDO Unlimited a direct message on Twitter or something. I'll get it. New Warlock nerfs as a pre-order bonus. Yeah, that would be lovely. That would work great. For every 1,000 items, we're going to lower their DPS by 10%. Order now.
Realm of Kyber, a magical barrier built by the silver.
Why aren't people buying? Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, King Cosmo. I think if we had unlimited time and much... You know, we're a newer game, perhaps we could do some of those things like on the UI as you were suggesting. but we'll see.
Dusty remains lie in front of a sealed stone door on the far side of the room.
Do we have someone that can knock that chest?
Hot, stale air blows into the chamber as the stone door slides open.
Actually, I might be able to. Sorry, I realized I had a bell of opening in my inventory. I can't get into population stuff, Kinsey59, but I can tell you that what you list is not accurate. Our populations are actually quite healthy right now. I appreciate your perspective, though. Warlocks have knock as a spell, don't they? Maybe good warlocks do. Warlocks who have never actually memorized a spell don't. This character is not meant to be good. Please don't hate me. The whole point is pew pew pew. I don't care about anything else. Yeah.
The drow here are intently prying dragon shards.
Yeah, you're right. My DDO never updated properly when it came to true reincarnation. What would end up happening is usually after a second or third true reincarnation, it would break the ability of my DDO to grab that character data, so they'd be permanently stuck on like whatever they had in their inventory or equipped at that time, and then people would make judgments based on it. So they'd be like, why do you have a level 7 Featherfall ring on? You're level 30. And they're like, well, I don't, but, you know. And yes, the API is not coming back. I apologize. We just don't have support for it anymore. I too would love to see an ice damage packed Warlock. I have formed a demonic pack with Frosty, and he grants me snowballs. I can create gigantic boulders of snow. Heat is my enemy. But seriously, though, it would be cool, for sure. Yeah. Did I order my new computer? Not yet. I'm waiting for, I've got to save up for it a little bit. But, yeah, I think I am going to go for the computer that we went way off topic on last week. And I think I am going to be ordering that particular computer. Actually had a DDO player ping us on Facebook just saying, hey, just so you know, I talked to talked to a friend of mine, and he was a computer person, and they were like, "Yeah, that's a good computer." So I was like, "All right, works for me." But I'm actually just waiting for funds to do their thing.
Flickering torchlight illuminates a curiously well-worn path.
Page from Brother Artemis. Yeah, quivering quiver for bolts, that would be pretty rad. So here's the trick, Thimble. It would not be a work-related expense, because while I might occasionally stream work-related things on it, it would be purely for my own enjoyment. It is totally meant for me to have an awesome video game experience. I could maybe justify it, but I wouldn't want to spend SSG's money like that. I am a fiscally responsible community manager. Why Pew Pew and not Burst Blast Aura? Because this is the Max Pew build. Auras are not in this character's... They wouldn't even know what an aura is. They're like, you mean something I shoot out of my hands? You'd be like, no. I don't. You'd be like, I don't understand. I only understand Pew. So... Maybe attacks right off. I actually know of some people who have done, like, you know, if you work a long time in the video game industry, you can, I think, theoretically and totally legally, like, write off, like, your PlayStation 4s and stuff. But I've never done it myself. Someone told me you could anyway. Have I ever played a bard before? Yeah. One of my favorite builds is on Sarlona, and that is a swashbuckler bard. I also have a swashbuckler bard on Thelanis that I play. I love my swashbucklers. I think they're cute. Cool. Ah, cool. Cool, thanks, Donna. The original Mock Duck was a cleric, a drow cleric. And does stay drow, because I am a lore nerd like that. Even though I don't really, like, roleplay publicly in that, like in organized roleplay guilds or that, I've always had sort of an internal story going on both Mock Duck and Beefheart, now Armagh. And I've just, while I've been able to figure out a way to sort of fit true reincarnation into that lore and story, I have to remain a drow. Mock Duck cannot not be a drow. So, I guess racial reincarnation is just not in Mock Duck's future. But I've got lots of other characters, and they can do it. So.
The heat grows more oppressive as the path drops deeper into the heart of Khyber.
If I missed any info on stuff getting fixed, no, but I heard from Steelstar yesterday that there was a thread on the forums about some arty battle engineer stuff, and that is already fixed. I'm sorry, I can't think of what it is right now off the top of my head. Do I know if the aggro system is still being looked at? I am not aware of significant work to re-look at the aggro system, but if you have a particular thing that you think we need to deal with, I'm guessing maybe you're looking at stealth, let us know. Yeah, King Cosmo. You're right that the Cordovan in the anniversary event was a regular elf cleric. There was a weird technical reason for that, but also, Cordovan is not Mockduck. Mockduck in DDO is a character that I've created, who is a member of the Silver Flame and some other things.
Snarling in anger.
It's weird. What can I say? You know, search and rescue is a particularly strange situation with the collectibles. Linabel and Kintani had gone back into the code for that just recently to like, alright, let's fix this darn thing. And they were a bit stumped. They're like, I don't know. Everything's hooked up right. It should be working. It just isn't. So, I think the weird issue with collectibles and search and rescue is just going to remain a thing for a while here. But, whatever, man. Just don't get your collectibles in search and rescue. I have not found that to be true, Wanatuk. Wanatuk says, mobs still come from 3 turns away to attack you. I hear that. I hear that sometimes from my own guildies. But when I actually look at what happened, it is usually because someone was doing ranged attacks and they were backing up and not paying attention to where they were going, and they were pulling the aggro of a thing from a long ways away. So people are like, oh, they just randomly ran toward me. It's like, well, no, they weren't. But that's not to say we don't have an issue, maybe specific quests or something like that, where the sort of monster monitors are off.
A drow magic barrier bars entry into a massive cavern beyond.
Do you know if Viven's coming back? Did he, like, just accidentally DC, or not? Should we wait for him? I'm not sure, Rhaenyra. He has a question. What other named items is it possible to craft besides the heroic armor you get in Wayloon? I know some rune arms are craftable, and they're all named. I'm sure there's some I can't think of. In general, it isn't a thing. Hey, Vivand, welcome back. But I think you may be referencing, though, Rhaenyra is also a bug, which I believe got fixed, where some of the wondrous craftsmanship items were able to be improperly crafted upon, and that is not working as intended. Browsing Monkey, the confirmed and unconfirmed thing in the in-game mail really dates back to the state of MMOs in 2005, 2006, where people would get in-game spam and that sort of thing. So confirmed and unconfirmed is usually they're on my friends list or not. It's not real useful anymore. All right. And that's also why there's a delete all button. It's kind of old tech. Thanks, Simeku. Great to have you here. I don't know Dolthud67. If previously made craftable items can still be crafted upon or not. It's not working as intended, so if you can, count yourself lucky. But I don't think if you can't that would be considered a bug. I don't actually know though. I never did it. Any plans on updates to guilds? Only in a very vague sense. We have our plate pretty full here to round out 2017 with Ravenloft, and we certainly are not going to have time to do anything related to guild adjustments ahead of Ravenloft. But I have heard some talk that in 2018 we would like to perhaps, if we can, carve out some time. Now, as with a lot of things that end up internally being discussed as, well, maybe we could in X date, X update. Hard to say if it's actually going to happen or not. But there is at least some interest in doing some additional work on guilds. And maybe, if we're lucky, in 2018. We'll see. I don't know about guild mergers. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. But I do think if we were to work on that, we would also do some tech that would allow for perhaps, you know, additional kind of technology and functionality for guilds. I know we've long heard from people who'd like to have us bring back, which means actually bring working for the first time, guild ranks and things like that. Perhaps make some better improvements to guild inactivity and ability of people to take over guilds and things. So, who knows? And also amenities and cosmetics and lots of stuff. Alright, if you don't mind, we're going to run this, but let's run it on normal. I want it to be an easy, quick flag. So let's do Spinner of Shadows on normal. Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm really excited for Ravenloft too. My twin brother and I used to play the original 1E Ravenloft module quite a bit back when we were kids, and it's always had a real soft spot in my heart in terms of among the best, clearly among the best, old school D&D modules. I would say hard is easy on Spinner also, except we are level 13, so we're kind of pretty significantly under the level of the quest.
Are locked in battle with some kind of spirit made up of pale blue flames. The spiders are devouring the flames, absorbing them into their bodies as they attack. You have saved the flame creature from its attackers. It flickers in a the spinner of shadow struggles against her weakening bonds, while below her, glowing the spiders consume the last of the flames.
Wager 10,000 plat for the spinner or a Hezzer killing Cordovan on normal. God, I hope not, but maybe. Could happen. Yeah.
At last I am free from that disgusting flame. You've finally done my bidding, vassals. I see that you have
Crystal Cove is coming back soon. I saw it on an events calendar.
though I also
We also have the Mimic Hunt incoming.
to follow you inside.
And there's some thought about what we can do for Night Revels this year. Clearly, Ravenloft is going to be a bit more of a focus this fall than updating Night Revels. But there's some thought about, well, what can we do that's maybe not as big as the first 2 years, but something for Night Revels. And I think that is something we're going to try to get in if we can.
We will report your glorious release to the world. Now
Can I give us a hint on what loot is in the Mimic Hunt?
release the other demon overlords.
Maybe.
I will do no such thing. Now that I am free, I have no need for the other overlords, or for you tedious lords of dust. Not when she awaits me. Now be gone!
A burst of blue flame suddenly erupts in front of the demon. The spinner of shadows screams and scuttles back into the darkness. You feel her grasp on you slip as the silver flame guardian speaks.
Hold, demon. You have not escaped yet. Some of the flame still burns here.
The silver flame guardian speaks.
We have driven her back, but it will not last. Destroy her spiders. They have consumed the essence of the
Consumables,
silver
cosmetics,
flame.
items,
If you can light the wards again, she will be imprisoned once
things I'm
more.
not going to talk about.
Quickly now. She returns.
You'll enjoy collecting things. It's good. I can say for sure that one of the big pieces of feedback that we are acting on with the Mimic Hunt is to make it far more easy to kind of get the items you want. When we debuted with the Mimic Hunt, we ended up, because of sort of the way we implemented old Maybar loot and things like that into it, with a bit of a double random situation, and that's going away. We're going to be going straight up, like you get a widget, you get enough widgets, you buy a thing. And so that should be good.
Many spiders have burrowed underground, yet they can feel the spinner's pain. Hurt her and drive them up.
A chorus of chittering echoes the spinner's cries of pain. Spiders crawl out of their hiding places.
I can also tell you for sure you will not be going into the bank. We are getting rid of that. So you're going to actually have to work for your stuff this year. Ah, no!
Demons of Kyber, hear my call. Protect my children.
Oh, down to 6 hit points. Ah, no. It's alright, man. I'm not less of a person, you are. I'm sure people will still find ways to cheese the Mimic Hunt. Don't you worry. But you just won't be doing the... You won't be doing that bank over and over to do it. Yeah.
A feeling of dread overwhelms you, as if darkness has entered your very soul. The Spinner of Shadows has returned to the battle.
I just got killed by one of the giant spiders. I don't have any potions of healing. I don't have any way to heal myself right now. I used them all up. Did I not even pick up one? Alright.
Come for me, my sister. I am free, and I call to you. Come for me.
I am level 13 running Spinner, yes.
The Spinner of Shadows decides to change tactics.
Arise, my spiders, destroy the Guardians!
Destroy the Guardian. Without it, the mortals are lost.
No, Trilogy 29, we do not have aura effects for shields, just for weapons. Sorry. I actually do want to. Titan says we should do a pen and paper game on the live stream. I have long wanted to do that. It's just, we just haven't had time. You know, the devs are busy, I'm busy. We all have our own games going on, and just all sorts of things have just, we haven't done it yet. But I do think at some point here we're going to see some dice getting rolled on the actual live stream. Don't know when, don't know what, but we'll do something. Aril, the patron deity for Ice Pact Warlocks. That's cool, Snow White Fox. That's a great idea. Yeah. We may have thought about pen and papering Ravenloft. That thought has come up. Nice Hipperan. I remember when I went to Steiner Davian's wedding, he had, for the groomsmen, D20 cufflinks. And that was pretty rad, too. Yep. Because even your non-gamer brides or whatever can get into that, because they're small, very unobtrusive. It's a pretty inspired choice.
spinner of shadow shouts, but it is a shout of triumph, not defeat. Once again, you are held in an irresistible web of force.
I don't know, Grimgrod. You know, there are people out there who don't like me very much, and that's fine. So I think the ability of me to do the DM voice for Tower of Frost was a bit of a special circumstance. But we'll see. We'll see. You know I'm down for it. I just don't know if... I don't want to do something people wouldn't like. Oh, that's cool. Skyrim-themed wedding Hipperen. That'll be fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun. That's cool. That's great. Non-gamer bride. What gamer wants that? Well, you know, it happens. It happens.
There is much to do. Loth's voice fades away. You suddenly find yourself outside the prison, standing
Nice.
before the silver flame.
Click the
guard.
skip button. No, wait, there isn't one. Yeah. Someone told me, actually, about this movie thing here. Can show you that in a second here. I don't know, I wasn't the only one who died, so there you go. So there you go. Yep. Alright, I am actually, because of the audio here, I'm going to turn down the game audio significantly. Hopefully this should help. There we go. T. The button T is your friend, should you wish to skip the movie. Alright, that's awesome. Good timing here. I'm going to wrap things up here. Enter works as well. Cool. Or you can just watch it. It is cool. But, yeah. Alright, hope you have a great DDO weekend. We have got big things being worked on. Ravenloft. We are full steam ahead on Ravenloft here. And, so we'll be having a lot more info about that in the coming months. If you are guilding, there's a plus 30% guild renown boost going through the weekend, so it's a good time to be getting those sagas and what have you. Hope you're digging update 36. I know I am. And I will see you next Wednesday for the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream right here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you very much for being here, and thanks everyone in-game. I really appreciate you guys helping me out and doing a great job today questing. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.